Welcome back to Stoneopolis, episode, I believe we're on 15, and this one is going to be a very short one because I have one exercise to do in this, and it has become apparent that we need to automate treated wood. We're going to need lots of treated wood. Looking further down the line, it's in just about everything that we need. It's in the Supreme frames, which needs the frames below that, which need the frame below that. And they've all got that stupid little gearbox in, which is a tremendous amount of treated wood. But before we get into that, let me just quickly go over what I did off camera. I didn't do a great deal. Nothing up there. The main thing that I did was in here. Now, if you remember in the last episode, the liquid meat and the pink slime were coming out of the mob slaughter factory into a split dual fluid drawer. Well, I tried all sorts to try and get the pink slime out of the split storage drawer, and it just wasn't having it. I tried with a frame controller, like we've got one here, and I couldn't pull them out of that either. So in the end, I went to simplify it, and that is simply a fluid transporter into the frame storage controller with these two connected to it. And then we simply pull out of the fluid drawer, and I made a second dissolution chamber, this one for pink slime. We still have the one which is down there, which does the latex stuff. I also made this one wider. Buttoned this wire up so it's straight, and I run a wire through this wall here onto that connector, onto another connector, onto just here, because this is where we are going to put our assembler. We're not going to use that one because this one really is only used for automating the meshes, even though I've been doing it in here manually. So don't worry about that, that's not a problem. Now, we have all the parts already for a second assembler. I made them some time ago and we never actually used them. So we can put that up now. Let me just grab the manual. Heavy machinery, and it's the assembler. So it's this one now. Thing to remember here is we've got the fluid input this side and then the item output that side. So we need to flick it around from basically that one. And we want it one away from the coke oven because I'm hoping to use the fluid transporters. I don't know if they're going to work yet, but we shall find out. So let's just have a quick look. We need it the other way. We need that port at that side. So we need it like that. So that's straightforward. So 3 down each side. 2 redstone and was it light? Yeah, light. And light in the middle again. Down each side, and then our conveyor belts. Now we want this as input and this as output. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's all right. I've just wondered, we're not actually outputting any items from the coke oven. Well, we are, but not into here. We're outputting the charcoal. And then the last level is 3 in the middle and slabs each side. Oh, and watch that wire. Just got a zapping, and I believe if it's not this one, it's the other one. Right, so we should have our fluid input there. That's correct. So we can put our fluid transporters on there and have that as the input. And hopefully that works. So one thing we need to do here is get the wood out of our system from up there into here, because I noticed that you can actually just take any logs and you will get creosote oil from them. Yes, we've got charcoal, that's another problem. And this system may replace our charcoal system from down there. We'll have to see how much charcoal it generates and whether it's enough. So for the time being, we want an output routing node. And we will pop it just on the top there. And in here, we want our logs. Now, the logs that we've got down the bottom, we could use AE, by the way, to do this, because we are hooked up to the controller down the bottom through AE, but we've got a limited number of channels at the moment, so I'm going to hold back on that. We've got orange, light grey, grey, and magenta. Now, we don't want to use magenta if we can help it, because they're used for the latex system, but the others are not used at all. Now, I did add an extra expansion in those drawers that are doing the saplings and the wood and the leaves, so they will go higher. So for the time being, we'll do orange and light grey. In our filter here, we will take our orange and light grey. That's grey. That one light grey. Yeah. And we will put that filter in here. And then we shall connect that up, not with shears, but with the wand next to it. So we'll connect that one up. Now, we don't want to connect it to this system because this one is isolated from our main. We need to take it from here. And that should take those wood now and put them in here. And you can see that's generating charcoal. Now, because that's empty, that should mean that it's gone in here, and it has. So all we need to do now is get wood in here. Right, so what other logs do we have? So we're going to put the light grey and the grey. Oh no, we said light grey and orange. So let's take the grey ones and put those into the assembler. Need another output routing node. We've got all those apart from sticks. And we will put this one against that. Now then, is that an output routing node? It is. We could actually use this output routing node for both. What's that? Oh, it's the fluid transporters. So let's remove this one. Hopefully we can get that back. We did. So on this side, we want the logs. And on the other side, we want... what logs did we say we were going to use? I've forgotten. It was the grey ones. Now we want to put a value on this. We want a value on it. So let's say 64. And the reason we want to put a value on it is because we don't want to fill up the assembler with logs. So this side we want logs, and that should... why is that not working? Oh, we need to hook the node up. Let's hook this node back up. So that should be carrying on putting the orange in there, which it did, and it should now put... Oh, it hasn't. Oh, I know why. It's because we need to put them on the input routing node just here. We've got light grey coloured, we've got orange and magenta on there, so we need the light grey ones as well. Now this filter is full, so we need to another input routing node on this storage controller, and it just so happens I've got one with me. We need some more filters though. So on here we want the grey coloured logs, and we also want the other logs that we put in, and they were, let's see, they were orange. We've already got those in. Orange and light grey. And then we just hook that one up to that one, and now it should be putting the logs in. No, yes, they're here. Right, so what we want to do with this is we need to set two recipes up, because we don't need logs, we need the wood. So the first recipe that we're going to set up in here is we're going to take the grey coloured log, pop it in there, and we get the wood from it. We want to select the recursive uses of ingredients. I was hoping that would apply to just this one, but it's going to apply to all of them. And then we need to set up a second recipe. Does that work? Yes, that works. Okay, so although it's a generic one, it's that's fine. Now this is a problem, because that's going to output the grey coloured wooden planks out here if we just put a chest on the end. So the easiest thing to do there, I guess, is to use, well, if we use actually you just use a drawer with treated wood in it, and then lock that said drawer. Yeah, and then these can't go anywhere. And as you can see, still making those. So that should be fine. Now, regards to this treated wood here, we need to get that into the AA system. Now, I've been playing around with the upgrades, and you'll see on this one, I've got 4 of the gold upgrades in. And if we look at the range of this, you will see it's absolutely massive. It goes all the way down here, which unfortunately is one short for that, but we'll get to that another time. These are the ones that are already included on that controller. So all we need to do is to right click that one, and we can add that one too. So now this controller here should have the treated wood planks on there. Don't see it. And we only have 644 there. So why did that not work? Oh. I think this is in the wrong mode. Let's just... There we go. It wasn't linked. So now in here, we should have, yeah, that's got all the ones that had it in previously. So let's just take all these out of here because we don't want them in the AE system. So that's 0 now. Just go back to it, wherever it went. Oh, it'll have gone off because it's 0. Because we took them out of the AE system and we took them out of the drawer. We'll put them all back in the drawer. So now we're stored, none are stored in our AE system up here in this chip. They're all stored in that drawer. And that's lovely. Right, so next question is, what do we do with the charcoal? Now the simplest thing we can do with this for now is stick a drawer down there and then just hop it straight into it. And that will get the charcoal out. And as you can see, it's actually outputting, just using a simple wooden hopper, quicker than it would, quicker than it's actually making it. So that will keep that running. And we can include this one as well in the controller range, like so. And we can also lock this drawer. Now, lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the wood coming into this system. In fact, I think I might have already done it. Yep, I took the filter out of here. It's that one there, look. So no more orange coloured logs will be going into this one. We've got a 2K surplus to waste away before this one takes over. We will need to put a blood magic node on that one, I believe, because that's how everything is input into this system. You can see there the charcoal is on there. Charcoal should be on there. I believe they're the only two that use charcoal, I think. But it doesn't matter if they are or are not. As soon as this one here runs out of charcoal, we can simply put another input routing node on that drawer and that will take over. So the only question mark is, will it be able to keep up with those systems? Well, I think so, because this is actually quite quick. You can see how quickly it's making charcoal. So every time that goes down to the bottom, it makes 1 charcoal. 250 millibuckets of creosote. So this will fill up rather quickly. And we now have a continuous stream of treated wood without having to manually do all this, which is pain in the backside, I can tell you. Real pain. And that is all I wanted to do with this episode. So that's going to be a very short, very quick, especially for my standard anyway, episode of Stoneopolis. So I hope this has answered some of your questions. Looking ahead, the reason why I did this, it was apparent that the advanced machine frame here, 2 more gearboxes, and it has a simple machine frame which has another 2 more gearboxes. It has a pitted machine frame which has another gearbox for the amount of treated wood, and it didn't stop at the advanced. When you get further down and get into the supreme ones, which I believe are in maybe the star chapter here, yeah, supreme machine frame, they have the advanced one in again. So much treated wood. So take a tip from me, get your treated wood automated, because otherwise it'll be a pain in the backside. Making so much treated wood manually is just not on. I didn't see that recipe actually. I'm sure this maybe got added by mistake. I'm sure that wasn't a thing. Oh no, it was using charcoal in here as a fuel, and it's back. That got removed from the blast furnace, but for some reason it's back in again. But anyway, that's by the by. It doesn't really matter about that. So yeah, hope that answered some of your questions, and yeah, get that automated, and I shall catch you in the next episode. So be good, stay safe, and bye bye for now.